Liberty football put its unbeaten record on the line against Jacksonville State. And we go in the fire to see how the program prepared on a short week.
Plus, Liberty field hockey takes down #1, and the Flames make a difference in the community. That's all straight ahead. You're watching Flame Central.
What a week it's been for Liberty Athletics. I hope you're ready for a great show. If not, maybe take a moment, sit down. We need you to get your mind right for this one. It's going to be good.
And while you're doing that, I'll remind you, he's Matt Warner. I'm Emily Austin. Welcome to Flame Central. We start the show this week with a midweek clash between two of the top football teams in Conference USA.
Yeah, Liberty and Jacksonville State were the only two 3-0 teams in CUSA play, and they would meet on Tuesday night in what's set up to be the Flames' toughest test of the season. Liberty putting its perfect 5-0 record on the line in this one, and doing so only 5 days after their last game. Early on, Flames looked like they were playing on short rest. The offense couldn't find a rhythm. In fact, they would pass for just 32 yards in the first half. The Flames felt fortunate to be tied 10-10 at the break, but after the half, they would flip the switch. A beautiful throw to Treyon Sibley for the score put LU up 17-10. After holding Jack State to just a field goal, Salter would strike again, this time finding Aaron Bedgood. What a pickup he's been for this roster. That made it 24-13 Flames early in the fourth, and from there, it was all about the ground and pound. Quentin Cooley, a workhorse in this ball game. The bowling ball, 28 carries, a career-high 163 yards and 2 scores, the last of which sealed the victory for the Flames. Liberty wins it 31-13. They remain a perfect 6-0 on the season, 4-0 in Conference USA play, and with the 6th win, that means the Flames are bowl eligible now for the 5th year in a row.
That's a great checkpoint for us. Obviously, now we're in a conference. Our mountain's still to climb, right? But that's awesome for our team to be 6-0 and be bowl eligible. We're excited about that. Quick turnaround. This is a hard place to play. They were playing with a lot of confidence, and we were able to physically do a great job. We challenged our guys that we had to be physical on both sides of the ball, and we were able to do that and put that game away in the fourth quarter.
What a great road win for Liberty to remain unbeaten in conference play. All right, here's a look at the CUSA standings as of now. Liberty and Western Kentucky are the last two teams with perfect CUSA records. That matchup, Matt, is shaping up to be all we expected it to be. Those two will go at it on October 24th. So mark your calendars. Jack State sits in third at 3-1, followed by La Tech at 2-2. Well, hitting the road as a college football program is quite the tall task. Between travel logistics, equipment, nutrition, it takes a village to make it happen smoothly. As you'll see in this special edition of In the Fire on the Road, there's plenty of work to be done before the Flames take the field on game day. Or should I say, before they even leave the mountain.
Light the tower and light them up. Liberty pulls it out 21-16.
So right after Sam Houston State, we'll start prepping right away for Jacksonville State. We're working on laundry and cleaning up from the Sam Houston game. We're blessed with an awesome equipment room here, but we basically try to take everything we have here with us in some fashion onto the road. So making sure we've got extra cleats for everybody, making sure we've got backup shoulder pads and helmets, backup jerseys.
Jay White, John Graham, Harry, and Chase. All.
Yep. Football is a team sport that is played with 11 individuals, the most of really any sport that's out there. Having a support staff that is playing together and operating together is key as well.
I think our students, Tim and myself, take a lot of pride in making sure everything not only looks good, but just kind of being good stewards of the things that we're blessed with here at Liberty, whether that be these awesome facilities or, just all the apparel and equipment that we get to interact with.
They're the team behind the team. They make this whole operation go. If it wasn't for their departments and the people they have working in their department, everything from graduate assistants to students to other full-time employees, they make this whole operation work.
Between our Thursday and our Tuesday game, that's a quick turnaround. So we need to make sure that the guys are recovering properly to prepare for the next one. So we're trying to push fluids. We're also trying to make sure that they get the calories in that they need. We're trying to focus on that protein and the anti-inflammation food items that can help them decrease that muscle soreness and repair the muscle, and then also top up their energy stores so that they have that energy to get them through the next game. There's a lot of logistics that are involved in making sure that we're communicating with our catering staff there at the hotel to make sure that the menus are in place. They're cooking up to standard. We ask for certain things that they have. We're making sure that we know the layout of different areas, that we have all of the quality ingredients that we need for our athletes during that game day situation.
Our students work really hard to make sure that, no matter where we're at, no matter what situation it is, when the team walks in, it's a real clean, clear presentation, whether that be, chairs and we've got to kind of set up helmets on the chair and shoulder pads on the floor. If we've got a nice locker, we can kind of dress up a little bit. Our students work really hard to make sure that that's a really special moment for the athletes when they walk in that locker room, and our hope is that they kind of walk in and kind of get pumped up, get fired up, and get excited to see their names on the back of the jersey and ready to roll and go to work.
Tonight we're in Jacksonville, Alabama for Conference USA Tuesday Night Football, and it's a dandy. Two of the league's newcomers battling for first place, the 5-0 Liberty Flames and the Gamecocks of Jacksonville State, 5-1 on the year.
It's not really about us, it's about the guys that are playing this game for this university, and anything we can do to assist that team and just really fade in the back. And we get, we don't want the credit goes to our players. That's it.
Huge potential stop here for Liberty's defense. Jacksonville State on the drive at the 34. Snap to Smothers. Throws it. Left side. And it's going to be picked off. Picked off at the 1-yard line. Briley Green. And we go into halftime. The locals are stunned. Briley Green with the pick.
We've had 2 hours of play, 2 hours of rough game where we're using up our energy, we're burning through all of that, we're breaking down our muscle, and we have to reset for another 2 hours. So that in-between time is also just as important. One of the best parts about this job is just seeing all of the work they put in. They're taking what we teach them and they're executing it day in and day out, and they're reaping the benefits of it.
Left side, end zone, touchdown! Aaron Bedgood, light him up! Touchdown, Liberty.
4th down and goal. Ashton Fry sprinting out. It's undercut and incomplete. Great play by Preston Hodge. So now Liberty can salt this one away.
Treyon Sibley with the backflip, and that secures the win here at Jacksonville State.
Hey, listen, Trey, get in there. Get out. We're going to sing, and then we're getting home. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Immediately after the game, we're kind of running. We're trying to get, ideally, back on the road within an hour after the game, working to get everything cleaned up and kind of reset just on the truck. And once we get back into town, it's right back to laundry and getting ready and thinking ahead for next week.
Thanks to our own Donald Scott for producing that piece. Look who's here. Joe Yock is here. That can only mean one thing. Yock Talk, baby. 6-0. Liberty at the halfway point of the season. We thought a good time to bring the self-proclaimed mayor of the mountain onto the show for a little State of the Union. State of the program at the halfway point, Joe. So let's break it down. Let's start with the offense. Where is this offense compared to what you expected?
I'm proud to announce to Liberty fans, the State of the Union is strong.
It's strong right now.
This Liberty offense being led by Caden Salter. If you look at all the questions at quarterback coming into the season, those questions have been answered. So Caden Salter is like the jobs report. And the jobs report says unemployment is low. He's had the ability to stand in the pocket and make the throws. Also, when things break down, he can extend plays and make plays downfield or with his legs, runs the option game, and what he's done very well is throwing the deep ball.
Yeah.
And so overall at the quarterback position, it couldn't have turned out any better right now where the Flames sit at 6-0.
All right, so that's the jobs report. On the other side, the defense. What's the state of this defense 6 games in?
Well, usually in this report, it's not a good report, but crime is high right now.
Yeah.
Crime is high,
Yes.
and Liberty's defense is stealing the ball over, and theft is high over and over. Ryland Green tied in the nation for most interceptions, first overall turnover margin in Conference USA, tied for that also. So you start looking at how they're able to turn over the football. That is a difference maker in the game. So this defense, Tyron Dupree, Ryland Green, and Kobe Singleton. Kobe Singleton is a D to the A to the W to the G. He's a dog.
I like that. All right, so we talk about both sides of the ball. Let's look forward, though. Let's spin it forward. What's on the horizon for this team? Perhaps their toughest game still to come, Western Kentucky. How do you see this team moving forward?
Yeah, I think on the offensive side of the football is you start looking at what they do well. You're going to have the second half of the season, you have to run the ball well in between the tackles, what they do. So you have to have a strong military. You got to have a strong military. That offensive line led by Bill Durkin, offensive line coach, is very strong. They're the big tanks right there. You got an opportunity for Quentin Cooley to rush for 1,000 yards. That needs to happen, okay? And then you look at the outside, C.J. Daniels, that's another opportunity right there. C.J., could he catch receive for 1,000 yards, right? So you look at those two guys, and then also, don't forget about Aaron, the Truth Bedgood.
Okay.
I mean, this guy has come on in the season, and he is Mr. Versatile, able to get him out on the edge using the passing game. He's been a lead blocker sometimes. If you can continue to run the football between the tackles and then take those shots downfield and continue to do what you do, you have an opportunity to have a special season on the mountain.
It's certainly looking that way at the halfway point.
I have to keep my constituents happy.
You do, and I think you have. And where do you hear it first?
At Yacht Talk, baby.
That's right.
Great stuff, guys. All right, we move from one of the best programs on campus to another. Liberty Field Hockey has taken down some pretty impressive programs in the last few seasons. But could the Flames go on the road and beat the #1 team in the nation, North Carolina, a.k.a. Joe Yock's alma mater? Hey, Joe, why don't you just stay and call these highlights for me? No? All right, less than a minute to play in the second. And that's Connolly sending it to the back of the cage to tie the game at 1 apiece. You know, it'll stay that way with some solid defense and, of course, great goalkeeping from Missoula over at City Inigoshin, including a couple big-time diving saves with less than a minute to play in regulation. So we get some free field hockey in Chapel Hill. First overtime, next goal wins. Bethany Dykema gets her stick in there to stop the shot. So we go to more free field hockey. Second overtime, and Marty Cian's like, hey guys, I'm ready to go home as champions of this game. What a shot. The Flames get it done, taking down the #1 team in the nation. So what does that mean? Does beating the #1 team on the road move you into the top 5? No, it doesn't. You should actually listen to our Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage, to hear what Matt Warner has to say about that. Either way, who cares what the standings say? Liberty pulls off a huge win to move up to #7 in the country.
These cowards put Liberty in the top 5. Are you kidding me? All right, well, you saw Marty Cian deliver the biggest goal of the season to this point, but you may not know her story. One of 5 Argentinians on this Liberty roster, she shared with us about her journey to LU, her faith in Christ, and she did it all in her native language.
It really was one of those things where she just ticked so many of the boxes right away, and there's pretty much nothing that you didn't love about Martu. You know, she's just this joyful, amazing, incredible human that also is really good at field hockey.
Martina Cian, conocida cariñosamente por sus amigos como Martu, es una jugadora argentina de hockey en césped del equipo de Liberty University que combina las habilidades del fútbol y la gimnasia artística.
Creciendo siempre jugué muchos deportes porque mi mamá era profesora de educación física y me llevó a probar todos los deportes que existen y pueden existir, y cuando fui creciendo me quedé con field hockey y gimnasia artística. Y después me terminé decidiendo por field hockey porque era el favorito de mi mamá y estábamos siempre juntas yendo, y decidí que iba a ser el que más me gustaba.
Aunque Martu ha sido siempre una excelente jugadora de hockey, en algún momento una horrible fractura le hizo reconsiderar los planes para su vida y en el deporte también.
Cuando creo que tenía 16, me rompí los ligamentos festejando un gol en una semifinal de un torneo con mi club, y ese fue un momento muy duro. Fue como, no sé por qué está pasando esto en mi vida ahora, que tenía un montón de planes, quería jugar en la final, y fue un momento donde decía, Dios, ¿por qué me pasó esto? Ahora que lo veo varios años más tarde, pude ver cómo ese tiempo fue un tiempo donde yo pude conocer a Dios, donde tuve un tiempo donde mi vida cambió, donde todo lo que yo hacía se frenó, tuve que estar mucho más tiempo en mi casa sin poder entrenar, sin poder jugar al hockey, y donde ahí pude conocer otros planes que tenía Dios para mi vida, no solamente el hockey, sino conocerlo a él, conocerlo personalmente, que era algo que me estaba faltando. Y pude ver ahí como las cosas malas a veces son una llamada de atención de Dios para nosotros, para que nos enfoquemos en Él también. Ese versículo bíblico lo tengo marcado desde ese momento y lo recuerdo siempre, que Dios tiene buenos planes para nosotros, y cada vez que algo malo me pasa trato de recordarme eso, y eso me da paz y sé que no importa lo que pase, Dios tiene buenos planes para mi vida.
Al parecer, todo era parte del plan de Dios y la siguiente etapa de su vida la llevaría al Liberty University, donde el programa deportivo, que ya es famoso por tener estupendas jugadoras argentinas, le ayudaría a crecer en su fe.
When I saw her play, immediately, this kid needs to be a Flame, just because she's so relentless in her playing style, and that's something we really value. So I think that we're always trying to recruit to different elements of the program. One, we want to make sure that we're recruiting to our roots, which are our values, and the one that most relates to how we play is relentless. So when we saw her play, you know, box checked, absolutely, she fits our playing style. Christian, check, you know, loves Jesus, wants to come here to pursue the Lord and to play field hockey to glorify God.
Martu es ahora una jugadora esencial en el equipo de Liberty, que ocupa uno de los primeros puestos en Estados Unidos. Ella se encuentra inmensamente agradecida por los altos y bajos de la vida y por todo lo que Dios le ha enseñado a través del proceso.
Y viendo todo mi trayecto desde que llegué a Liberty, desde que me fui de mi casa, ahora que pasaron 2 años, puedo ver mucho la fidelidad de Dios y cómo Él estuvo en toda decisión y en toda acción que yo hice a lo largo de este tiempo. Pude ver su amor, su cuidado, todo.
Coming up after the break, we'll show you how Liberty student athletes are making a difference off the field.
Plus, your favorite Canadian is here to name the top athletes of the week. It's time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego when Flame Central returns.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books. And an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University, where we train champions for Christ.
Where you train is where you learn how to say, I know this. I've done this. I've got this. I'm ready. So you can surpass expectations when they say you're hired. At Liberty University, you'll train in world-class facilities as you prepare for a world-class career.
back to Flame Central. As you know, Liberty football is doing big things on the field this season, but the Flames are making an even bigger difference off of it. Recently, a group of players paid a visit to Leesville Road Elementary School to spend time with the young students and give back to their community in a big way.
This fall, thanks to the Dollar Makes a Difference initiative, Liberty athletes raised almost $9,000 to help meet the needs of 35 local elementary school teachers. One of the local schools involved was Leesville Road Elementary, where Flames student athletes had the opportunity to not only deliver the supplies, but also interact with the teachers and students they were impacting.
How you doing? Things like this were done for me when I was in school. It's just great to see the smile on kids' faces when you walk in and you're essentially like larger than life, but also because you're so much taller than them, so they just get surprised when they see you. But it's just good to give back and be able to like have the platform and use the platform for good stuff like this. Sports is a good tool to help you move forward in life, but you can't go anywhere without your education.
I play baseball.
The Flames were able to meet many basic needs for these classrooms, purchasing things like markers, glue sticks, and paper.
It means a lot to the teachers and to the kids as well, knowing that people in the community support education.
I can imagine what that life looks like as somebody who wants to be a teacher and understands that there's not always the support that you may need from what you would expect or like where you would expect to get it from. So when you're able to step in and meet that need and be that answered prayer for some people, it's like that's the best thing that you can be.
And for Liberty football running back Jalen Belford, this was especially meaningful. You see, he was once a student at Leesville Road Elementary, and now is getting a chance to give back to a place that means so much to him.
Being able to come back and see like teachers that taught me and my siblings, you know, just to be able to see them and like connect with them even more, you know, it's great. Like seeing how much they still love me, you know, and showing them how much I still love them. When I was here, one time, some of the Liberty football players came and, you know, I got to see them, you know, I was just like them kids in there, you know, like super energetic, you know, high-fiving them, wanting to get their autographs, you know, and being in this position now is honestly, it's amazing, you know, it's something I always dreamed of. What we do is not for us, you know, what we do is for, you know, our university and for our community. And everything we do, we want to pour like and give back to our community. So being able to do this, raise up money to get school supplies for elementary schools is, you know, it's honestly a blessing.
So cool to see what Liberty athletes are doing in the community. All right, Rhett McGibbon's here. You know what that means. Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego, top player moment from the past week in Liberty athletics.
Yeah.
Usually there's a theme. Do we have one this week?
Yeah, you know, hometown tidbits. You get the little pieces of information.
Big fan of
it's
tidbits.
It's always fun, right?
Love them. All right, let's start with Warm.
Yeah, Montgomery, Texas, the pride of their Madison Blaine volleyball team, offensive player of the week in Conference USA. That little town is actually the birthplace of the Texas Lone Star flag. You know their flag?
Really?
Yeah, isn't that kind of a cool thing to have your town?
Props, good job.
Yeah.
Good on you, Montgomery, Texas.
Yeah, you know, good stuff.
Yeah.
I was looking, and there was like a little fun little tidbit. You know, I like the homeschool, that aspect.
There you go.
Get the kids involved.
Entertain and educate.
Yeah, Maddie Blaine, all right, she was in the zone versus WKU and New Mexico State University. Her average was 1 kill per set more than her normal.
Wow.
So if you need some secondary offense, she was bringing it. 11 kills. Now, the percentage was the big thing. A 409 and then a 400 against New Mexico State. That is high.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at your average of most of your, you know, your top killers, I would say, is like in that 250 range, 200 range. To be in the 400s is absolutely phenomenal. A middle blocker, too. So to get some offense from the middle of the net, good on her.
All right, from warm, we go to hot.
All right, this is Kobe Singleton, all right? Tallahassee, Florida, Canopy Roads. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It's like a bunch of moss-covered trees, and it's just a beautiful drive, but I was thinking Canopy Roads, Kobe Singleton's been like a canopy in the secondary here, like just blocking everything. We could talk about the pick that he had against Jacksonville State. I don't want to go there. Sam Houston, that last drive.
Unbelievable.
What a defining drive for him. He has 4 pass breakups on the year. 3 of those came in that last, 2 minutes. You look at it here, just it felt like they were targeting him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we got a touchdown on him earlier. We're going to get another one. Not the case, and none better than the last one right here. I had a great view of this one, just getting the hand up there in the last moment, preserving the win for the Flames. It was epic. There's no other way to say it. Epic. It was so much fun.
Yeah, huge moment in this season. All right, finally, Rhett in Fuego. Who is it?
It's Azul Aristide Inigoshin, this young lady, Buenos Aires, all right? The Paris of South America. I didn't realize they called it that, but hey, beautiful place. National Defensive Player of the Week. She's the only person, to my knowledge, in the history of the game that can say she has won 2 games at Shelton Stadium as the opponent's goaltender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
That's
what a
probably
performance by her. 7 saves in the 2-1 overtime thriller victory versus UNC. I'm with you, cowards. Come on,
Yeah.
get Liberty
Are you
up
kidding
there.
me?
Higher than
Move them up to 7?
What on earth
Give
is
me a
that?
break.
But Azul, her senior season, she has shown the nation why, truthfully, she is the top goaltender in NCAA field hockey right now. She has been unreal for the Flames, and you got to think that national championship vibe is starting to come into play
so.
again.
Would you put her on the Mount Rushmore?
I
We'll
would.
save that for another
Yes.
time. All right. Still to come. Emily took the lead last week in our Flames Fantasy League. Would her run of good luck continue? Find out when Flames Central returns.
So you're looking for a university that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
Somewhere you can hike, slide, climb, and most importantly, eat. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
At Liberty University, we don't just believe everyone should have access to higher education, we make it happen. That's why we are offering our Middle America Scholarship to help families like yours by providing over $20,000 over the course of 4 years. Money should not hold you back from the life-changing experience at Liberty University. Find out if you qualify for the Middle America Scholarship today.
The Liberty University Chevrolet was awesome. Here comes a big push to the 24 and the inside lane.
And William Byron comes off turn 4 to win.
Welcome back to the show. It's time to update you on our Flames Fantasy League. Now, if you missed it on our podcast last week, we announced some breaking news. For the first time this season, we have a new leader.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's possibly, Matt voted on this actually, the best Flames fantasy performance ever.
Arguably.
But let's see what happened against Jack State. I have a feeling, Matt, it's going to be another big
Think
week
so?
for me because of the bowling ball, Quentin Cooley and Brylan
Yeah.
Green. Show me the numbers.
That's right.
Oh, it feels good.
It'd be boring if I ran away with this thing.
Whatever.
Just trying to build the drama down the stretch. That's all I'm doing. Need a little comeback here in the second half of the season. Hey, as always, for any stories you might have missed, go to libertyflamecentral.com.
And our Flames Central podcast, you got to check it out. For Matt, I'm Emily. We'll see you right here next week.